Most babies with this defect are stillborn or are aborted, but a few are carried to full term. Almost all die within a few days of birth. For those who remember the Baby K medical ethics case of the mid-90s, this is the disorder that Baby K, a grossly deformed infant born to a fundamentalist Christian mother and was kept alive for some time against medical advice, had. But medical experts believe such birth defects has nothing to do with tradition and could either be caused by wrong medication during pregnancy, or that such a mother did not take proper medications or could have taken harmful substances while she was pregnant. We were told that she's disabled. I noticed during her birth that there was something strange with her. She did not cry, and she was breathing through the ribs. I was shocked because that was strange. Now I hear that people are calling her names. That hurts a lot. If I had means, I would put them all in jail, she added. Photos of the baby have been circulating on social media. Some users likened her to an ape, causing outrage and anger among those who sympathize with her. Director of children's rights organization, Kula Community Development Project, Petros Majola, believes communities need to be educated about this condition. Communities must know that the mother did not apply for her baby to be like this. In a woman's womb, there's no construction or factory that builds babies. People need to embrace this child for who she is, says Majola. Medical experts say the genetic condition occurs randomly and is not inherited. Dr. Martha Meyer, a neonatologist at the Nelson Mandela Academic Hospital, says the syndrome is very rare. Progeria is a genetic condition that makes the baby age faster. Another thing is that these children also develop heart diseases when their lifespan is very short. We've never had a child with that condition in this hospital. It's very rare. Maybe it happens 1 in 4 or 8 million people. Maskura Bibi couldn't afford to have any ultrasounds during her pregnancy, so when her baby was born, she and her husband were faced with a devastating reality. On Wednesday morning, the 23-year-old from Kolkata in India gave birth to a baby whose legs were fused together because the lower part of the baby's body hadn't completely developed. Known as mermaid syndrome or cyranomyelia, the rare congenital deformity is which the legs are fused together gives the appearance of a mermaid's tail. I've never seen such a baby before. The condition is the second case reported in India and the 5th known case in the world. Tragically, the newborn only lived for 4 hours. I had never seen such a baby before. It's the first case of cyranomyelia in the state and second in the country, said Dr. Sudeep Saha, child specialist. The baby had normal formation in upper part of the body, but below the waist its legs were fused together. The lower part was not developed completely. The parents had not sought proper medication. The doctor explained that the couple couldn't afford the expensive ultrasounds because they were low-paid laborers. We learned the mother had not undergone ultrasound sonography throughout gestation. The parents had not sought proper medication during the pregnancy due to lack of money, he said. Due to the lack of proper nutrition and improper blood circulation to the baby from mother can create this kind of abnormality in the fetus. Unfortunately, such babies do not survive. Because of the rare condition that caused the newborn to resemble the mythical creature, the gender of the baby was impossible to be determined. A terminated pregnancy. KidSpot reported on another 23-year-old mom in India who terminated her pregnancy after finding out that she was carrying a mermaid-like fetus in her womb. When Wu was 6 months pregnant, she went to be examined at the Healthcare Center for Women and Children in Yichang City in China. Wu's scans showed that her unborn child did not have any legs, but instead had a tail-like growth. The fetus also did not have a bladder and had a stunted liver, report said. 1 in every 10,000 pregnancies. Despite carrying the fetus for half a year, Wu decided to terminate her pregnancy after specialists estimated that her baby would only survive for a few hours after birth. The causes behind mermaid syndrome are still a medical mystery, and it's said to occur only once in every 100,000 pregnancies. The poor girl underwent 150 operations. Shiloh Pepin, an American dubbed mermaid girl, suffered one of the world's most well-documented cases of cyranomyelia. Despite undergoing 150 operations during her relatively short lifetime, the little girl passed away in 2009 at the age of 10. According to reports, there are only 2 known survivors of mermaid syndrome in the world today. We know that genetics are determined by both parents and are at random. However, if a pair of Chinese parents give birth to a hybrid baby, it will inevitably make people wonder, is this little baby born to his father? A couple from Shandong encounters such a problem. The baby girl, born with white skin and blue eyes, would consider it a hybrid after seeing it. Chinese couple gave birth to a hybrid baby with white skin and blue eyes. Miss G and her husband are from Shandong. After getting married, she gave birth to a daughter. This was originally a happy thing, but because of the daughter's skin color and eyes, her mother was once criticized. The first is the child's grandmother. When the grandmother saw the child, her smiley face immediately fell down and said, "How does this child look like this? It's different from ours. It's so weird." Although I didn't say anything afterwards, there was always a lump in my heart that couldn't be solved, which brought a lot of pressure to Miss G. Taking the children to go shopping at ordinary times also caused a lot of trouble to Miss G. Because my daughter is very cute, someone will always come up to talk to her. The first sentence will ask, "This baby's too cute. Where is your father from?" My mother understands the curiosity of others, so she never said that her father is from Shandong, but directly said her father is Chinese. But others can't help but ask, then where are the children's grandparents? They've encountered such things so much that when children hear this problem, they can't help but go crazy and then scream loudly, "I hate it, don't bother me. I'm Chinese, don't bother me." So the father of the child, he also endured a certain amount of pressure and became very sensitive as a result. Dad's in business and has accumulated many regular customers over the years, and they're very familiar with each other. Every time a regular customer sees his daughter, he will directly ask him, "Is it your child? Is it possible that he had a wrong hold in the hospital?" Dad was asked too many questions and didn't answer much at the time, but he became very sensitive. After returning home, he always said to his wife, "Today, so-and-so, so-and-so, the child is not mine anymore." Miss G has no choice but to give her husband a trick. "You just say that the child belongs to you. The child is like you when you were a child, and you grew like this when you were a child." It seems that the incident has indeed caused a lot of trouble for the family, and it's true. The villagers, for having an affair, mistook the mother. As a result, the DNA indicated that she was indeed biological, but the villagers still didn't believe it. As a result, the two couples had no choice but to go on the show and complain to their friends in front of the TV. The daughter is indeed her own. The director of the obstetrics department who gave birth to the child also shot a small video to show them. The child was born to them, not because of his wife. He gave birth to a mixed-race child. The doctor's words are very clear. It's not that the wife gave birth to this child after having an affair. Can a purebred Chinese give birth to a baby with blue eyes? First of all, many people think that the color of the pupil is determined by genes. In fact, it's not. It's not the gene that determines the color of the pupil, but the iris. When the pigment in the iris is the most, our eyes will become black. A little bit less will form brown eyes. A little bit less will form blue eyes. The yellow race is similar to the black race, and they have a pair of black eyes, but there are several eye colors of white people: blue, brown, gray, green, etc. In the process of forming the iris, there are many reasons that affect the distribution of pigments. Therefore, some yellow or black people will appear because of genetic mutations. Blue eyes or brown eyes will appear. Therefore, you cannot judge whether the child is his own because of this. For example, let's look at the model below. Because of heterochromia iris, his eyes show different colors. So why is the child's skin fairer than that of his parents? Under normal circumstances, the child's skin color will take the parent's median value.